Okay. Hi, my name's Jessica. I'm a nurse
Hi.
here at Sinclair. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
What's
you.
your name?
I'm Jesse.
Okay. I was thinking we could start off by talking a little bit today about your treatment here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have noticed that you've been coming here twice a week for therapy for your PTSD. Is that right?
Mhm.
How do you think that's been going for you?
I feel like it's not really working right now. I mean, I'm still kind of new at it.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I got into this is because I've been dealing with a lot of PTSD issues because I just got back from the war,
Yeah.
and I've been dealing with it by drinking a lot, and then I ended up getting a DUI, so that's kind of why I'm required to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad to see that you're here and seeking active treatment. I know a lot of people, PTSD is a very common thing that soldiers experience. So don't feel like you're alone. We are here to help, and I'm glad that you're willing to come here and talk about your drinking and talk about your PTSD. I know a lot of patients who experience this and are going through this sort of treatment. They find it helpful to have a support system with them. Do you feel like you have a support system at home, like family life?
Not really. I mean, I don't really hang out with any of my friends either because my wife doesn't want me hanging out with those people because they kind of stimulate my drinking. And also, my wife can be um, pretty mean when she calls me like worthless and pathetic because I don't, because I'm just dealing with a lot of issues right now. I'm not really being a good father for my two children.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. Would you say that your family has supported you then, or not so much?
I don't think they have. I'm being really supported right now.
Okay, well, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm sure you're doing what you can to be a good father. I think everyone deserves to feel safe and happy in their relationships at home. Um, and I'm sorry that you don't feel that way. Um, is it okay if we maybe talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for giving me permission. Would you be willing to tell me a little bit more about the nature of the relationship with your wife? I know you said you argue a lot. Um, is it mostly about the drinking or your friends, or what is the nature of your arguments?
Well, a lot of my friends, we like to go drinking, so she doesn't really like me hanging out with my friends, but then usually I'm just at home and I don't really have a good relationship with my wife right now because I've been away for so long. And she thinks that I've changed ever since I've come back from the war. So she's not being very supportive, and I feel like our relationship is on the rocks, and she's called me a lot of worthless names, and it just makes me feel really sad.
Well, no one deserves to feel that way, especially having been what I'm sure you have been through overseas and your time in the service. But just know, like I said before, it's not uncommon to feel this way, but you do deserve to feel happy in your marriage. So how do you normally handle your arguments with your wife?
I we just I let her talk at me. I feel like I don't really have to say. I feel like it's more her being combative towards me, and she's slapped me a couple of times.
So it has gotten physical.
Yes.
Okay. Would you say that has happened often or sometimes?
I'd say sometimes.
Okay. Well, hearing that it has gotten physical, I want to talk to you a little bit about maybe planning out a safety plan. And that's just something we like to tell people who feel like maybe they need a safe place to go. And even when you're just in a verbal argument, it's good to maybe find a safe place to go where you can de-stress, where you feel safe, where you feel like you are not going to be harmed. So yeah, something that you can do, you can find a safe place when arguments happen. This could be outside of the home, it could be wherever you feel secure. You could also try and make a list of people who you think would support you, who won't stimulate the drinking. I know you said that was an issue with your friends. Maybe play with your kids, who knows. But like I said, everyone deserves to feel happy and safe. And I really do think that you can get to that place in your relationship. It's hard, especially with the PTSD, but a lot of people have overcome it before, and I think that you can, and I'm confident that you will. I have a resource card here. So if you're feeling stressed, if you're having an argument with your wife, if you feel like you need someone to talk to, I know sometimes it might be hard to be in contact with a family member or a friend, but there are great phone lines that you can call, and there will be people who will always be willing to talk to you about your stress and your issues. So I'm going to circle the counseling center right here. They're great to talk to. They'll call, pick up anytime you call. So I just encourage you to take a look at this. Even if you feel like you don't need it, you can give it to someone who you think might need it. Everyone gets stressed out sometimes, so it's always good to have a resource for someone to talk to. Yeah, is there anything else that you think Sinclair can do for you today?
Not right now.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you opening up and talking to me. I know it's a hard thing to talk about, and I think you're making great steps to improve your situation. I look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thank you.